It was hell. It was hell. The worst thing, it was the starvation. We ate one meal a day, and you are humiliated daily basis. We didn't lose our faith for really 1 minute. Nobody from our family and friends forgot about us, and they're fighting for us outside. I can't do anything to bring back Lian and Noya and Yahel and Yossi, but I'm still here. Life is here, and I love life.
Well, few people experienced the horror of October the 7th like Eli Sharabi. Eli was taken from his home in Kibbutz Be'eri, one of the communities hit hardest that day, and held captive by Hamas in Gaza. He endured starvation, abuse, and the unthinkable loss of his wife and daughters, who were murdered during the attack. He only found out after his release. Since his release, Eli's become a powerful voice for the hostages still held in Gaza and a living testament to the resilience of the human spirit. His new book, Hostage, offers a raw and deeply personal account of survival, faith, and the will to live. Eli joins us now to share his story of courage, loss, and what it means to choose life after unimaginable darkness. Eli, we're so honored to have you with us, and this is expected to be a historic week. We expect to see hostages being released this week. What's your reaction to that news?
Oh, I'm very happy. We've waited a long time for this moment. I think we are closer than ever for a deal. We're waiting. Well, I'm waiting, personally, for my brother's body to bring back, and we'll have a grave to cry on. All our family, his wife, his daughters, my mom, and his brothers and sisters. It's very important for us, and for me to see Alon Oil being released will be a probably amazing moment. I'm really waiting for him. And all the rest, other 46, I don't know them personally, but I'm waiting for all of them.
Now, your book, Hostage, explains your ordeal. Take us back, please, to that morning, October the 7th on Kibbutz Be'eri. Your family was attacked when you were still in your pajamas.
Yes, well, it's the morning that our heaven turned to hell. Wake up we've woken up from this alarm about the missiles. It's called the red alarm in Israel. And we didn't understand what happening, but we used to something like that. So we picked up our daughters to the safe room and waited there that the missile stopped. After some like 15, 20 minutes, we got a message that said that the suspicious that the terrorist infiltrated to our kibbutz, and the army is on his way, and they asked from us to stay in the safe room. And all that time, the missiles didn't stop. We've waited and waited, and we start to see all the videos from Sderot, from the Nova Festival, and we understood there is something really wrong, but still we didn't understand it's going to become massively in Kibbutz Be'eri. But after something like around 9:30, the messages from kids in the kibbutz that somebody shot dad, somebody shot mom, and our house is burning, and all these messages start to be in the WhatsApp groups, and we understood it's coming to us, to our neighborhood as well in the kibbutz. So Lian and I made a decision that we are going to protect our girls, and we presume I'll be kidnapped, and they will be fine. They will be protected by the British passport. Unfortunately, we were wrong with this, assumption. And around 11:15, more than 4 hours in our safe room, they have arrived, and They quickly arrived to and opened easily the door of the safe room. Two of them grabbed me. Another three or four terrorists grabbed our daughters and led them to the kitchen area, and all the rest waited for Leanne to get rest because we jumped from our bed. And after 3-4 minutes, well, they understood immediately they have British passports, and this, and I was sure that they will be okay by that. And 3 or 4 minutes later, they took me out from the house. Just before that, I could say to my daughters that I'll come back. I promised them that, and that's the last time I've seen them. And that's it. They grabbed me towards the fence of the kibbutz, pushed me into the car, and took me to Gaza.
What was the reaction by ordinary people in Gaza to your kidnapping as you were taken over the border?
The first stop was in the mosque, and the minute the Hamas terrorists took me out from the car, a mob of civilians, men and children, succeed to take me away from them, from the terrorists, and start to lynch me with bare hands, and kids on top of me with their shoes start to hit me. I was sure it's the end, but fortunately, this terrorist succeeded to take me again from them and took me inside of the mosque. Then they undressed me, started to investigate me, and answered them all in Arabic. They were very surprised I know Arabic, and that's it. And from there to another 3-4 stops to confuse the army, changing team and cars until we arrived to a Palestinian family that his father was from Hamas. And I've been there for 52 days. Um, in those 52 days, first of all, I was chained in the beginning with ropes in my hands and my legs that they tore to my flesh, and we've been humiliated on daily basis. But still, on all these days, we ate reasonably okay. And around a week before the ceasefire, the first ceasefire, they start to tell us about the deal is going to be, explain to us about the wife and children that been kidnapped from Israel, and they're going to swap them with their prisoners. And we were very optimistic that it will come, to our it's our turn will be next, after the wife and the women and the children. I think 4 days after the ceasefire started, they told us that we need to leave the house to better house that will be more protected there. We believed them, and they took me and Almog Sarusi 20 minutes from the house walking, and we arrived to a mosque. And inside the mosque, they took us to a side room, and they opened a door on the ground, and we've seen a ladder, and they asked from us to climb down to the tunnels. In the beginning, I've refused, but after they pointed their guns to me and they threatened to shoot me, I remember my promise to my girls that I'll come back, and I chose life again. And I climbed down something like 50 meters underground, all darkness, inside, and we start to walk for 10 minutes until we've seen the lights in the end of the tunnel, and we start to walk towards these lights. And it was a big relief that we are not going to be in dark all this time. And there I met Ori Danino and Hirsch Goldberg, and after that Elia Cohen, Or Levy, and Alon Noel arrived as well.
And so for the rest of the time, you're held underground. Tell us what that was like.
Well, there's no soap, no toothpaste. The hygienic is very, very bad. You're getting showered once in 6 weeks with half a bucket of cold water. This is your shower. Sometimes you sleep on the ground, sometimes on mattress if they have. Rats, cockroaches, worms, all over the place. And of course, you are humiliated daily basis. They're threatening your life every day. From time to time, it's violence against us. One time they broke my ribs, but the worst thing it was the starvation. In the beginning, in the tunnels, we had 2 meals, but the last 6 months, 180 days, we ate 1 meal a day. And when I say 1 meal, I mean only 1.5 pita bread a day, a dry pita bread, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of chickpeas sometimes, and that was our meal for 24 hours, sometimes more, because you never know when the next meal will arrive. It was hell. It was hell, but we kept our routine, to pray every day in the morning, to train if we can, if we eat reasonably. And of course, we were chained all this time on our legs with iron chain, with locks. Sometimes we were chained to each other, and we should go into the bathroom together. It was very humiliated moments. And that was our time there.
So at the times you were with other hostages, did you manage to talk and support each other?
Yes, of course. That was our, we've been very, very united. We talked a lot. We explained to each other a lot, all these things. We told everything from our childhood and friends and family, and we knew each other very, very good. And we support each other. And we didn't lose our faith for really 1 minute. That I promised them that nobody forget us in Israel. They try to use on us psychological terrorists, that our prime minister and all Israel and the Israelis forgot us. And I promised them, the young kids that were with me, that were been kidnapped from the Nova Festival, that there's not just such thing, and nobody from our family and friends forgot about us, and they're fighting for us outside, and we need to stay and believe that one day where someone will come from the terrorist and they will say that we are going to be released.
Since being released, you gave testimony to the UN that Hamas ate like kings while hostages starved.
When we ate 1 meal a day, we've seen dozens of boxes every week, every 2 weeks, arrive to the tunnel with the UN, UNRWA signs on these boxes. Food that coming from Egypt and Turkey, and they ate 4 or 5 times a day like kings. And meanwhile, us and people probably outside, Palestinians, were starving.
And we remember well your release. Hamas set up a stage. There were masked terrorists, and we saw you looking so thin. It must have been beyond frightening. Tell us about that experience, and also when they told you were set to be freed.
That was amazing. It was an amazing moment, but it was a very complicated moment when they let us know that we are going to be released, first of all, because it's this moment you're waiting and imagine for a long, long time, hundreds of times. It will be your happiest moment ever. But it's become complicated because they let us know that just three or from the four of us are going to be released, and the lone oil is going to stay there until now, unfortunately. So it became very, very complicated moment. But for us, again, for me, it was complicated all the time because I was very happy to go home and to be released. But in the meanwhile, 2 days before my release, they let me know that my brother Yossi was kidnapped as well on October 7 and been killed in captivity. And of course, the day of the release, that I was imagining all the time this moment that I will meet Lian and my daughters again, and they will run towards me and hug me and kiss me. Um, Unfortunately, the social worker in the border let me know that who's waiting for me was not my sister and my mother, and that was shocked that they didn't survive October 7th.
We would love to hear about your wife and daughters, about Leanne, Yahel, and Noya. What can you tell us about them?
Oh, wow. Leanne was, first of all, a very proud British girl that arrived to the kibbutz when she was age of 20. She loved the kibbutz. She picked up Hebrew very easily, very quickly, um, and she was working in the kibbutz in the print, and after that as a dentist assistant. She loved singing and drinking beer as British, and she had great sense of humor. Um, Noya was all heart, always seen the other guys around her, friends, and especially the kids that have problems. She used to volunteer with disabled kids for 2 years before this October 7. Um, she loved music. And Yahel, the youngest daughter, she was a very extreme girl. She loved jumping from airplanes, scuba diving. She wanted her dream to do a bungee, and she played football. And that was Yahel. But again, loved to help people as well. And she was very, very funny, like her mother.
Now, many people, I'm sure, ask you how you cope. You've said in the past, I didn't choose to be kidnapped, but I choose to survive. What does that choice mean to you now?
Well, I believe, first of all, I'm not considering myself as a victim. Um, and I don't like it. I can't see myself like a victim. I didn't choose to be kidnapped. I didn't choose what happened to us on October 7th. But I always believed for 491 days that I can choose how to react that for what happening to me on captivity. And again, after they let me know about the loss of Lian and Noya and Yahel and Yossi, my brother, I can let the grief wrap in me and bury me, or to choose to move on. And you know, I can't do anything to bring back Lian and Noya and Yael and Yossi, but I'm still here. Life is here, and I love life. Um, and I'm sure this loss will be part of me for each moment of my life until I will die. But it will be alongside of my life, not instead of them. And this is the choice I made to move on, to rebuild my life in other place, not in Be'eri. I need a new start, a fresh start, and I will have a very, very busy life, meaningful life, um, and I hope to rebuild all over again. That's it.
You know, at Stand With Us, we've joined with people around the world rallying for your release, posting on social media, campaigning non-stop since October the 7th. Did you know of any of it? Could you feel it somehow? And what do you think about that support now?
I had no idea about that. Well, I promised Elia, Or, and Alon that our family and friends probably fighting for us. When I released on February 8, 25, and I start to understand what Israel, the Israelis, and the Jewish people all over the world, what they've done for fighting for their hostages and supporting all the time the hostages' families. I was very, very grateful, and I'm grateful since then. Um, and I'm trying when I meet a lot of people since I was released. I met a lot of people, thousands of them, in my lectures, in my time abroad, and I'm saying thank you every one of them personally, um, and thank them because they are part of my, they're charge of my release. And I think they secure my release. They have a part of it anyway, and I'm really, really grateful for them.
Well, your new book is a bestseller in Israel and it's coming out in English. I'm asking everyone watching and listening to go online and order a copy now. Let's make Hostage by Eli Sharabi a bestseller so that everyone around the world can read his story and learn from it. Eli, we love you. We appreciate you. May we only hear good news going forward, and may you only know simcha. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a big honor for me. Thank you.